Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, you forget that he is a freshman. I think his skill set is so like above where like especially me as a freshman was. I think coming in, especially as an earlier, and we got to see that. He's definitely proved himself, I think, to us, and I kind of accept him. Nothing against like my other freshmen or anything like that, but when going over film or going over practice or whatever, I can talk to him more of like how I would talk to a normal player than trying to teach these freshmen the same thing over and over, because that's just what's going to help with the younger freshmen is just repetition, and he's already kind of a step ahead.
A lot of finding you guys on this D line. How has that process been of feeling each other out, building chemistry? How has that developed over the past few years?
We have a pretty close room right now. I think Coach T. Knight has done a really good job at. I mean, he's himself. He's a chill guy. He's calm, but when it's time to get to film, I mean, we're all locked in. We're all hanging out. We're all busting each other's chops. But I mean, even outside of it, we hang out at lunch, and I mean, everyone's here during the day. Now that school's starting, we'll be able to see each other on campus. But those young guys have had a really good camp. I'm really proud of the progress they made. But as we go on, we're only going to get stronger and tighter as a unit.
What do you anticipate the game day will be like with this coaching staff?
I expect a lot something different. I think it's going to be. You could tell just how we've approached practices in fall camp, and especially like our mock game day yesterday. It's going to be pretty tight. It's going to be pretty focused. It's going to be really detailed. And I mean, they're going to have us scheduled up all the way up until game time, and they're going to have us ready to go. So I'm excited to get to experience that energy for the first time when we're playing another opponent.
Unless it's unusual at all that you guys would be that prepared with the new staff. I mean, does that seem like that would be normal?
No, I mean, it wasn't the norm. I mean, I felt pretty prepared in the past years, especially with watching film with older guys, talking with other position groups, talking about scheme, talking about what we're looking at. I just think, it's something new, and I think everyone's excited to see how it's going to go. So, and I'm one of those. I'm super excited.
How well do you feel like Minnesota? I mean, you've played these guys a lot. Obviously, you had a prominent role against them last year in that game in Lincoln.
Yeah, so, I mean, Minnesota's going to run the ball. That's not a shocker to anybody. We know, I mean, they got big guys up front, and our big guys up front are going to take on. It's going to be a battle all day. We know that they're going to try and run the clock out because, I mean, like I said, they're a running team. So it's just going to be who can finish with the most points at the end and who gets the most stops. When it comes, our plan is stop the run and get them to pass and see what they can do.
What do you think about the O-line, having gone against them as much as you have in the past month, the condition they're in, the improvements they've made, and the additions, personnel they've added?
I think our O-line is going to be one of the hardest O-line to go. That me personally, I'll be going against this year. I mean, every day I'm getting knocked up, and they're giving me a great look. Ethan Piper has been great. He's been awesome. It seems like he just gets stronger and stronger and harder to move every year. Turner's done amazing. I'm really proud of Ben. Me and Ben worked out with each other this summer. So as me coming off surgery, it was awesome to see us grow together as our numbers grew with, all of our lifting. And then Nuri's always been good. He's just a solid right guard. And then Bryce. I think Bryce has probably grown the most out of everybody. Now that I finally get to kind of play out there against him a little bit more than in previous years, I get to finally kind of go against him, and he's pretty solid.
Reimer was talking about this as well. Do you like how much Coach Rule has stressed? He knows this is year 4 and year 5 for some of you guys. It's year 1 for him, but there's an urgency because you guys want to win now.
Yeah, he's totally right. I've always felt like we've always had a really good team, and it was just come to those kind of key moments to where, we would kind of unravel or we'd become unfocused or miss a little detail, and that's what caused us to lose these really close games. I mean, we were part of the best 3-9 team ever. I mean, that's no like flex to me or anything, but it just goes to show like how close we were and how close we can be. And now if we just fix those little details, we can hold ourselves together, especially when we get to that fourth quarter in those stressful situations to be able to finish it out.
Todd, maybe building on that, what do you hope that week 7, week 8, people are going to look at your defense, and what do you hope to be known for as a group collectively?
Relentless, disciplined, and violent. I think that's been our motto this whole entire summer that the players came up with, just to be relentless day after day, play after play. discipline in our technique and discipline with the plays, and just a violent team. Just to know that when teams play us, they'll know it's going to be a long game because we just keep hitting and hitting and hitting every single play. With about our goal is to get all 11 hats to the ball, and that's what we want to be known for. Is like, damn, this is going to be a tough team to play against.
Coach Rule mentioned Minnesota being good offensive and defensively on third down. As a defensive guy, what does it take to be a good third down team? What goes into that?
You're saying as like for defensively?
On
defense? I mean, when third down comes, you just got to kind of have to know what the situation is, meaning like if it's, a pass down or if it's a run down, especially with Minnesota, they're going to be, like I said, a run-heavy team. So it's just that's the time where it gets gritty and you got to make a stop. When it comes to the pass, you got to be able to read what's going to happen with the slide and what's going on and make your best move.
Anything else for Todd? All right, appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.